Times the last time Wycombe Wanderers visited us, we really needed the fans to help us through on a tense occasion. What role can they play on Saturday?
Oh, terrific! They get behind us. It's a derby, or it's, close enough to be called that. I think a derby, and sure, we've got to give them something to get excited about. But it's a two-way thing. Anything we achieve with them. So, yeah, let's get them off their seats on Saturday.
A positive in terms of team news, Will Nightingale's return. What kind of a difference can he make to the squad?
Well, he's an inspirational player, Will. He's wholehearted, as everybody knows, and he leads by example. So he's not the most vocal around the place, but as I say, he's one of those players that leads by example. So it'd be great to have him back in the squad.
Get the negative news out the way. Rob McDonald, what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, Rod's got a posterior cruciate injury, and he'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks at the moment. It's fine as injuries go. It's not a complicated one, but that's the diagnosis, and it's a 6 to 8 weeks job.
Bad news there. What about Andy Wordsworth?
Yeah, well, Woody's had a problem with his shoulder, and that's given him a few problems twisting and turning. His Achilles is good now. It's better than it was towards the end of last season. It's better than it was at the start of the season. As I say, he's just having a few issues now with his shoulder, and once we can get that fine, he's out running, straight line running every day. But a little bit of twisting and turning and contact's a problem for him at the moment.
Anyone else who's out, or people come back, or we all fine to go?
Yeah, that's the lot. The boys are playing at Watford today in a 23 game, so there's a few of them having a sharp run out there as well.
And you said last week, watch this space as regards transfers, in or out. What's the likelihood of anything happening before Tuesday?
Well, transfer windows are funny things, aren't they? You can be sitting twiddling your thumbs doing nothing, and then right on the day, 5 minutes before it shuts, there can be movement. So, we're ready if anything happens, and obviously we're still looking to strengthen if we can.
In terms of preparations for this game, we've seen the videos of players training in temperatures of 32 Celsius the other day. What have been preparations been like?
Well, we tried to keep it short and sharp, because when you're warming up, you don't want to wear them out, and getting close. We've played game after game, so the fitness levels are there, but at the same time, you don't want to drain them, and hydration and training and playing in heat like this is debilitating. So we try and get as much information into them as we can in as short a space as we can, and get the work into them in as short a space as we can. We're doing a bit of classroom work this afternoon as well.
Joe Piggott was the goal scoring hero against Wycombe last time. Has it been difficult leaving him out lately?
Yeah, it has, because he's a match winner, and he's a goal scorer, and we need goals. But Kwesi's weighed in with a couple, and he's certainly back in the frame for Saturday.
And Wycombe obviously third in the table. They've got the beast, although he hasn't been a regular starter lately. What are you expecting from them?
Well, any side that Gareth Ainsworth puts out will work for the full 100 minutes if necessary. You can see that from the result last week. He gets players playing for him, and they have a great atmosphere and a great team presence when they play against you, because one goal's never enough. If you manage to come off of a clean sheet against them, you've done really well. And as to Southend, found out last week, 3-1 down at home, and to come back from that shows great resilience.
On a different subject, obviously Berry and then gone to the wall. How much sympathy have you got for their situation?
Tremendous sympathy, because they are a well-established. I had a year there coaching when we won the league in '96 or something, yeah. And there may not be as many of their fans, same as there's not as many of our fans as there are at a big club or a championship club, but it doesn't mean that they don't feel it as bad as any other fan. They're as fervent as all fans around the country. So it's terrible that they've been allowed to. There's been previous mismanagement over the ownership issues, but this last one looks to me to have been a terrible error, to allow this guy in and let him do what he's done. Should have been jumped on and seen much earlier than it was.
Just finally, on a positive, Steve Parsons, he's a special guest on Saturday. What would it be like to meet up with him again?
Terrific. I don't see Steve as much as I should, and we used to travel in every day, and we got into some scrapes sometimes when we was a bit late, and he was a founder member, proper crazy gang guy, and it'd be great to see him when he comes back again Saturday.
That's some haircut he had back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, had the long hair, rusted. Yeah. Be great to see him here again.